Hello everyone, I'm Haoran. Today we are talking about Shanghai Disneyland and the local B&B industry. As one of the major tourist attractions in Shanghai, its opening has boosted the surrounding economy and the tourism industry, especially the B&B industry. The B&B industry is growing rapidly as the number of tourists grows. As the number of tourists increases, the demand for accommodation rises and so do the prices of B&Bs. Especially during the peak tourist season, the surge in demand can lead to price fluctuations. However, when prices rise too high, some tourists may choose other more cost-effective accommodation, which places a limit on price increases in the B&B market. On the supply side, an increase in demand could lead to an expansion in the supply of B&Bs. New investors may enter the market, or local residents may put their unused homes into B&B operations. However, as it takes time to build or renovate houses, the increase in supply usually lags behind demand. If the supply of B&Bs expands too quickly, the market may become oversupplied, especially during the off-season, which will lead to a drop in prices and affect the profitability of operators. Over time, the market will eventually reach a dynamic balance where changes in tourist demand will stabilize the price and supply of B&B. However, long-term market fluctuations could still lead to instability, especially in the event of an economic downturn or a decline in tourism attractiveness, and B&B prices and supply could fall rapidly, affecting the local economy. Now I have a question. What is a modeling paradigm? Modeling paradigm is a simply way to understanding and approaching a problem. When you are modeling problems, you will find that some of them are very similar in nature. So, why don't summarize the methods for constructing models of similar problems and then apply those methods to modeling other problems? Next, I will introduce two modeling paradigms. System dynamics modeling is a modeling paradigm for analyzing the behavior of complex systems, which typically views the system as a whole and focuses on constructing long-term dynamic trends in the system. Its main features are time delays, dynamics, and feedback loops. First, time delays. In systems, the effects between variables are often not immediate but are delayed. For example, while you invest in an industry, the return is not immediate but takes a while to pay off. Second, dynamics. System dynamics modeling, as the name suggests, emphasizes the dynamics of the variables, which change over time within the system to simulate some of the cyclical changes. Third, feedback loops. The key to system dynamics modeling is the feedback relationship between feedback loops. Through feedback loops, it is possible to explain changes in the behavior of the system at different points in time. So, how to use system dynamics modeling? First is to identify key variables such as number of tourists, supply and price of B&Bs, income and expenditure of B&B owners. Then constructing a causal loop diagram. The causal loop diagram shows the effect between the number of tourists and the price of B&Bs. Firstly, a rise in the number of tourists will increase the demand for B&Bs, which will lead to an increase in the price of B&Bs. And due to the high profitability of B&Bs, this will attract more people to join the market for B&Bs. And the increase in supply will lead to a decrease in the price of B&Bs. Third, the stock and flow diagram. As shown in the figure below, tourist inflow and outflow determine the stock of tourists at a given moment in time, which is the total number of tourists of Shanghai Disneyland. The rate of B&B inflow and exit flow determines the number of B&B supply stock, and the number of B&B supply stock in turn affects the rates of B&B inflow. Finally is the analytic dynamics. As the number of tourists increases, the balance between supply and demand for B&Bs is disrupted and the price rise, but prices gradually return to balance as supply increases. Also, the increase in supply may lag behind the increase in demand due to the time it takes to build and operate new B&Bs. The second modeling paradigm is agent-based modeling. There are some systems that we cannot think as a whole because they are too complex and large, such as the consumption patterns of different groups of people. For these systems, we can understand them by observing the behavior of the individuals in them. First, agents. In agent-based modeling, an agent can be anything, an individual with autonomous behavior. Each agent has specific attributes, rules, and a decision-making mechanism. Third, heterogeneity. Due to the diversity of the real world, agents are usually not identical, just as no two snows are the same in the world. Third, bottom-up. Agent-based modeling generates global behaviors by accumulating individual behaviors. So, the macro behavior of the whole system evolves from the micro interactions of many individuals. What follows is a comparison of two approaches. First, system dynamics is a continuous, integral, analytical approach suitable for dealing with macro system level problems, especially those that need to be understood and controlled from a strategic perspective. Through causal loop diagrams and stock flow diagrams, the variables in a system are transformed into continuous feedback loops that interact to form complex dynamic behaviors. In SD models, the feedback mechanisms are explicit, and the causal loop diagrams will clearly show the positive and negative feedbacks in the system, which determine the system's long-term dynamic behavior. Agent-based modeling, on the other hand, is a discrete individualistic approach to analyze that is suitable for analyzing problems at a micro-individual level, especially operational problems that require attention to individual decisions and interactions. AB models are constructed by defining rules for behavior of an individual agent, which are based on the environment in which agent is located and the behavior of other agents. Behaviors and interactions in the model are discrete, and the individual agents make decisions independently. The feedback mechanism in the AB model is implicit and gradually accumulates through interaction between agents, eventually producing overall behavior at the system level. So, why choose SD? First, the impact of the opening of Shanghai Disney on the nearby B&B industry is a long-term process, not just a short-term market fluctuation. SD can simulate how supply and demand in the B&B industry will fluctuate and how prices will adjust over the next few years as the number of tourists changes, helping to understand the impact of such changes on the balance of the market. Second, for this topic, the core issue is the market performance, price changes, and supply adjustments of the B&B industry as a whole, without need to analyze the specific behavior of each individual tourist or B&B owner. Then, when analyzing the impact of Disney on the B&B industry, there are significant lag effects. For example, an increase in the supply of B&B tends to lag behind changes in demand because it takes time to build new BNBs or expand operations. This lagging effect triggers price fluctuation and supply-demand imbalances in the market, which can be well captured and modeled by the SD model. Finally, the system dynamics model is well suited for analyzing cumulative effects, such as the cumulative impact of a gradual increase in the number of theorists on the BNB industry. Such cumulative effects are gradually revealed through small changes, like price fluctuation, supply increases, that accumulate over time, and the SD model can represent these cumulative effects well through the stock and flow diagram. Overall, the system dynamics model has obvious advantages in analyzing long-term trends, lagged effects, and cumulative effects, and is able to provide an in-depth understanding of the long-term economic impact of Shanghai Disney on the surrounding B&B industry from a macro perspective. Finally, I would like to sincerely thank you for taking the time to listen to this tutorial.